is with us, and so is Aditi, Phadnis, consulting editor, Business Standard. Thanks very much, both of you, for joining us. Sanjeev, I guess backing the exit poll numbers was absolutely the right thing to do.
Well, what to say? It's very difficult to gloat.
Actually,
I was not, just to correct you, I was not backing the exit poll numbers. I was backing my numbers.
No, I know. But I was asking you, no. It's not about you. Because my question to you then was whether you would kind of, because what's happened in 2020 and maybe 2015, you would go with, but you said, well, in your travels and all, you've also kind of felt that the exit polls are, they kind of confirm what you thought as well.
Yes. So it is all instinctive at the end of the day. We are no pollsters, but what one felt on the ground, my number was around 153 to 155 for NDA. Now, obviously, they are exceeding it, and some of my fellow travelers had these numbers also, 160 to 168. Let's see where it ends. But what looked clear was that Nitish Kumar continues to remain the number one choice of people as Chief Minister, while Tejashwi, strangely and paradoxically, remains the most popular leader in terms of numbers. But the combination or the alliance of BJP, JDU, Chirag Paswan, Upendra Kushwaha, Jitan Ram Manji, this kind of caste broad rainbow, it just continues to deliver election after election after election. And we have been seeing the same story since 2005. So there is no rocket science really behind explaining this verdict. And the Mahagathbandhan, unfortunately, very solid numerically, but can't cross that threshold of Muslim Yadav. And so it remains around 35%, 36%. Congress doesn't bring in any additional votes. So, it is just, in hindsight, it looks like a no-brainer.
But also, Sanjeev, morning, and thank you for joining in. Thanks, Aditi, to you as well for being with us. But it also once again reminds us, right? I mean, Gujarat many years ago, many decades ago, and a state like Bihar now, that anti-incumbency at times can be more a matter of conversation, electoral conversation than electoral reality, if this indeed is the verdict. So, Aditi, come in on the discussion with your thoughts on what you think has, particularly led to this kind of a verdict, if this is how it's going to be. Is it the multiple schemes? Is it wooing the woman voter? Is it the fact that they managed to appease to, people along caste lines? And as Parikshit was indicating, maybe even along across religious lines as well, because in some of the Muslim-dominated areas, there seems to be the early leads are indicating a tilt towards the NDA. So what do you think? Do the leads really tell us about the electoral politics in Bihar as of now?
So I think the most important thing is the popularity of Nitish on the back of all the infrastructure development that his government has been able to do, regardless of whom he's had as partners. I think Nitish has very firmly put behind him this allegation or this charge that he shifts partners at will and is an opportunist and so on and so forth. Clearly, people of Bihar at least have no view on this. They have voted for Nitish Kumar, I think, as leads show, in very large numbers. That said, I don't think Tejashwi Yadav is out. I think Tejashwi Yadav has taken the Rashtriya Janata Dal into a new trajectory, which keeps caste as its central issue, but talks about a lot of other things also. He has captured the imagination of the young voter. So I think it would be a big mistake for anybody to sit back and complacently believe that just because NDA seems to be leading heavily in Bihar, that Tejashwi Yadav is a write-off. He's not. The third thing is women. Yes, women have always been committed JDU voters from the time that Nitish Kumar came to power in 2000 and continued his stay. We all know all the things that he has done to his commitment towards women voters. And frankly, even if this 10,000 rupee scheme, which is to be converted into 2,90,000, which is what women voters' eyes are on, frankly, even if he had not done that, women voters would have voted for him. Part of the reason is the early investment in girls' education, which is actually showing results
Prohibition as
now.
well.
And followed by a number of other things, including prohibition. So women voters are committed JDU supporters. I think it can be said without fear of contradiction, and they are looking to more. They're asking for more, which is, I think, a pretty encouraging thing, because, as we know, women are better at most things than men.
I'd second that completely, Aditi.
Aditi, nicely done. Nicely done.
Lovely. Completely with you on that one. But, ladies and gentlemen, one more question, and we look at this from a stock market lens. So it's important to really understand whether this has any bearing on New Delhi at all, or whether this remains a Bihar issue and then the NDA celebrates today and then life goes back to usual. Because from a macroeconomy, business, markets and policy perspective, that's very important to understand. Sanjeev, you want to take that first?
So like I was mentioning the other day, a couple of days back when we were discussing exit polls, the reverse would have really caused mayhem in the markets.
Yes.
If the NDA had lost. Now it is more like status quo. The next big elections will be May next year, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, etc. So till then, everything is stable. Nitish Kumar continues to stay with NDA, at least one thinks so. So everything is status quo. I think the markets will be more guided by what happens on policy front, what happens on tariffs, what happens on earnings of companies. So all those things, the usual stuff. So this politics has just reaffirmed that the government is stable, there to stay. Nothing unusual or out of the way expected in near to short to medium term.
So we were just, because, for us, the next event is the union budget, right? And Aditi, just quickly,
Yes.
last 30 seconds on this, we were just wondering whether this means more big Bihar packages. We just want to figure out whether this will have any bearing on how the fiscal kitty is going to be spent. Or was that all done? Because 25 was the election year.
Days of big Bihar packages are behind us. We'll see them after 4 years, maybe.
Okay.
I think on the Bihar package, I don't think that's a possibility, but Bihar is the place to invest now. Bihar has seen 15,000 kilometers of roads being built. There are innumerable bridges and so on. They are going to emphasize, whichever government comes to power, they're going to emphasize on employment and industrialization of Bihar. As you know, Bihar is one of the least industrialized states. It is one of the least urbanized states. It has the lowest per capita income. That represents an opportunity, not a risk.
I'm sorry. Very quickly, I'll disagree there with Aditi, whom I have great regard and affection for. See, Nitish Kumar 2005 to 2015 was a Vikas Purush of sorts. Last 10 years, despite of this government being there, there's nothing much done on ground, infrastructure-wise or industry-wise or policy-wise. So really, I would love to share our optimism, but the track record of last 10 years doesn't indicate that.
We'll continue to debate and focus on this in segments through the course of the day. But for now, it looks like it's a done deal, unless there is a surprise afoot, which
never know.
Sanjeev and Aditi, thanks very much.